What's up, everybody? Once again, down south done, back at it again. So, let's talk about the International Motorcycle Show. Because I didn't record because I kind of wanted to enjoy the ride and not have to keep up with, doing all the recording stuff and switching batteries and making sure the GoPro is okay in the process. It definitely would have ran down my center battery quite a bit because you only get 2 hours of recording time, unfortunately. So, that's why I didn't record. I wanted to be able to enjoy my music, along for the ride. Unfortunately, my other buddy didn't have, my other buddies didn't have their headset on, so that wouldn't have helped. Definitely would have drained my battery. So, in the process, I just enjoyed my music and enjoyed the ride. So, I can actually say I definitely enjoyed the ride, but once we got to the motorcycle show, I wasn't very impressed. They called it an international motorcycle show. I saw nothing international about it. I mean, to be completely honest. I just wasn't impressed. Most of the shows, that you would go to that consider themselves international would have some of the foreign bikes, some of the motorcycles from, maybe the big Italian bikes, some of the other good stuff that they normally have. A lot of good stuff from Japan, but of course, all of the Japanese bikes were there. And mostly all you got was just that. Normal bikes that you can go to the dealership and see. And, like I said, you can go to the dealership and see what you saw at the show, and it was like pointless. I think it was more for the vendors than anything else. And that's about it, man. I was disappointed. I'll just say it. I was not happy about the situation. When I got there, I drove all that way, to see some new and exciting bikes, even though I did see a few things. But like I said, it was, maybe the custom bikes I kind of enjoyed looking at. So, of course, I threw a few pictures here and there. I got a few, clips of video. But my number 2 gripe about it was crowded as hell. Now, a lot of times you can go later in the evening and you can get there and, get a chance to enjoy yourself, get on a couple of bikes, get some good footage. And I couldn't get the footage that I wanted because there was too many kids that was treating the bikes like jungle gyms. And the fact that there were way too many people to film. And of course you have to block, certain areas off, get your buddies to block off areas so you can actually get some good footage. And it was just way too crowded. There was a line on certain popular bikes, in order to get on those bikes. So you had to sit there and wait your turn. And even then, you didn't really just get along, not long enough for me to film. But I enjoyed the camaraderie, with my brothers who I rode with. I enjoyed the pit stops here and there. And, just the ride itself. It was more relaxing for me and gave me plenty of time to think about where I'm headed, where my channel's going, and other things that I want to do to my bike. And a lot of the product that I did see, it was pretty cool. I saw a few things that I probably wouldn't have mind adding to, the bike or to my collection of, biker goodies. But will I go again? If I do, once again, it will be just for the ride. And I couldn't see no other reason for going. Maybe if it was held in a different city, maybe it would be different. Maybe it was just that setup. But I just saw basically a ton of local dealers basically just trying to push their wares. And that was it. I did see a few bikes that I was impressed with, like the Rolling Sands bike, which you will see. That was pretty impressive. And, you know, Harley, of course, took over the center of the entire show. And who else? I would say Suzuki and Yamaha. BMW was not there. So Harley basically took the center of the floor and dominated the show. Indian had a small section over to the left of the show, which, you know, of course, their bikes, they're cool, speak for themselves. They didn't really have much to offer, but for those people that enjoy the Indians, hey, they were there. They were there for you to check out. And, you know, like I said about Indian before, they don't really have a huge selection of things to choose from. You know, they are a smaller company. They're just starting out. They don't really have the huge following other than the people that do follow them currently, and which is growing. I hope, you know, I have big hopes for Indian. I mean, because there's nothing wrong with having a variety. Variety is the spice of life. Being able to choose and pick and choose for whatever, you know, your preference may be. Or just if you just didn't want a Harley, there's the other V-twin, you know, companies out there, including the Japanese bikes. So it's all preference. I'm going to pull in here and hit up my little bank. So I'll be right back. All right. Here we go. So, to pick up where I left off, hopefully the next motorcycle show that I go to, I can actually get a little bit more in detail. I kind of wanted to broadcast live from the show, and I didn't get a chance to do that. It was way too loud. I do have a microphone that cancels out the noise, but it would have definitely taken a lot more space in my bags than what I've really intended for. I had a few things that I did want to take with me, and I ended up, good thing I didn't bring the rest of the camera equipment, because one of my buddies didn't have a bagger and he was riding on a soft hill, and I ended up having to use some of my space. So yeah, good thing I had a bagger. So, guys, that pretty much wraps it up, you know, for this one. The next event that I go to, I will do some interviews. And that was another thing. Well, I guess I won't be wrapping it up. That did come to mind about me wanting to interview. There were so many people in the place and around the people asking questions. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to interview anybody, and if I did, it would have been very short-lived because of all the people that was asking questions. There was a limited amount of representatives, I should say, for whatever particular company it may have been, and I kind of peeped that before I went into the, you know, each area or section. All right, nice little brisk ride today. So next time, more interviews, more exclusive footage. You know, hope you guys enjoyed the pics, you know, that I put out. I can only get so many, and attempting to enjoy the show as well for what, you know, for the part that I did enjoy. I think I was doing more research than anything else, you know, for my own personal use. and some things that I kind of wanted to get into. So that about covers everything. So it's down south done. Catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for the next video for old school versus new school tech on motorcycles. And I'm out.